If you put in your track in the back, you should not be performing. Please leave that shit alone.
You might as well be the DJ.
The sport is for the big dogs. If you can't do it pure instrumental, you shouldn't be doing it at all. If I wanted to listen to your fucking song, I would have stayed in the car.
Yeah, I would have played it.
And I would have put the fucking speakers to the max. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come here.
I didn't pay money.
I didn't pay money for me and you to listen to a fucking song while you're on stage. That's not what I paid money for.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of fools their whole song's playing. The mic ain't even in the face.
It's not even that, but the shows we got booked for, or the shows I got booked for, the shows I fucking did, I kind of took offense when I was an opener, or I was like fucking in the middle and the motherfucker after me is like just on some fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like on some corny shit, rapping on his track and remembering the fucking words to his shit. Like, I mean, forgetting the words to his fucking verse while the song's playing in the back. It's more fucking embarrassing. You know?
The song's right there.
I feel like I never got.
Follow along.
I honestly.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to fill the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
Yeah. Put some fucking I don't know. Say some shit. How you feeling?
Put some respect on my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Gotta put some bass in your voice, my G.
Gots to. That's how I be, man. Like I said, I don't like talking much because motherfuckers be stealing sauce. So
the sauce stealers. Why do you think people steal sauce? This is some shit we got to go in the actual podcast episode.
Motherfuckers ain't born with it, so they steal it. They don't know how to be creative. So
that's a big one.
They steal ideas and try to add their own little twist to it, and that shit don't work because it ain't organic. Like ours, like, you know, my shit's organic. A lot of the shit out here is the GMO, you know, so
GMO.
This shit ain't what it is. Which it ain't what you think it is. Basically, it's a fucking what's the word I'm looking for?
It's not authentic.
Yeah, it's a fucking it's a prototype. It's not legit.
No, it's not even a prototype because a prototype is the thing before the real shit.
It's still not legit though. They copying a legit idea.
Like so. Teslas, they copy the Porsche. The Porsche 911. When I seen the first Teslas come, I thought they were Porsches. I was like, what the fuck is Porsche doing? And then I'm like, oh, wait, this is a Tesla? Fucking why, though?
Shit, I mean, one thing they had in common for a while, they both didn't have commercials. Now they both do.
Tesla has commercials?
I think so. Now they do because they're affordable.
Teslas ain't, I mean, I don't know. I guess they are affordable. They're affordable if you buy like the original, but you want to buy the new models?
Oh, of course, yeah. The Model S, something crazy. Everything's going to be electric pretty soon, so.
West homie, don't trip, homie. Get the Model S, man. That shit wave.
He ain't lie.
Were they the first rappers rapping about Teslas?
Probably West Side Gun, yeah.
That's the first. I didn't even know what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a Model S?
Most likely West Side Gun, and then back to what we were talking about. Everybody steals sauce, so
that's the crazy part too. Because
it's all gonna. The whole episode's gonna relate to sauce, just in case you guys are curious. Because not everybody has sauce. There's inspiration and there's copying. A lot of you guys are not inspired. You're just fucking copying. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between like influencing, like, oh, like whatever. I mean, I don't know. But straight up, like, oh, this fool's rocking a hat or like a certain hat or certain shoes. I'm gonna take that.
Same thing with music. They'll see how you jot certain things, how you say certain things, and they think you won't notice it, and they'll go and try to make their own little twist out of it, and it's not successful, So
I don't know. That shit is wild. Just because, like, for me, I never liked it. Just because it's like, why would you want to try to copy someone else's whole aesthetic, vibe, whatever ideas, when you clearly could have your own? Like, you're your own person. You have like whatever it is that's working for you, whether it be whatever. Like, everyone has their own little thing that they do, but then it's like they want to be like like not a chameleon, but what is it, like Shang Tsung, where he takes everyone else's styles and shit.
Well, chameleons blend in, Sometimes you gotta be a chameleon and adapt to where you at. In other words, blend in, feel me? But a lot of, I mean, there's a difference between blending in and doing it for depending where you're at, and the environment and shit, as far as like the hood, or you're around some fake ass Hollywood people, and then you're just blending in for the moment, but that ain't really you. You just there, and fucking you being yourself is what got you there in the room for the weirdos somehow, But there's always that one real motherfucker that you meet in that weird ass room that you're like, oh, all right, there's someone I could probably relate to, or he here because he's on the same shit I'm on, being himself, But
real recognize real.
Exactly. Yep.
Triple R.
Yep.
And I think with the music, that's something that's really prevalent, where it's like you meet people and you're like, oh, okay, this fool's like, he just wants to look, or he just wants other people to think, oh, this fool's like a spitter, or he's cool because he fucking, like, some people just want other people to think, oh, like, this fool's cool, instead of like, is he like is he really dope? Can he really make beats? Can he really spit? Like, what is it?
I mean, for me, I don't say it, but I let people speak for me half the time, So when I feel like I'm just chilling and a motherfucker's like, wow, I know someone that, that be rapping, even though it feels hella awkward when that shit happens, because it's just like, fuck, you're getting put on the spot type shit. But I mean, I'd rather just, I tell people, like, my music is like the streets. It ain't for everybody, So you're not gonna like it. Some people gonna like it. Some people are not. So, but it's my shit's like, how can I explain? It's nothing like anything you hear out here as far as the IE goes, like, it's nothing that you hear out here. A lot of the shit's a lot of offbeat gangster rap, which I'm not dissing, but it's either that or it's a popularity contest,
or it's the popular type rap that you can hear on the radio. Like, a lot of people want to ride the wave.
Of course.
Find their lane within the lane that's already there. But I definitely feel like when we did, okay, so for anybody, we're already kicking this program off. I was gonna test this shit, but we're on in live. If you don't know, you won't know. I'm here with somebody that, if you listen to the music, is not like anything, and this shit keeps fucking going down. I don't know why it's going down. Anyway, I'm here with somebody that, if you up on Big Serb's music, you know that we work together. We got a whole album together. I produce a lot of his music for him. We got the one and only Chava Styles in the motherfucking God's Hour podcast. This is episode 148. It took a long... This shit, we've been working. It's like clockwork over here.
Chava Styles, Chava Ranks, Chava Maxwell, Young Suavecito. However you want to look at it. I'm here in the flesh, baby. It was good.
So first things first, like, where did you actually like grow up? Like, where did you like
grew up? As far as born and raised, I would say raised a little bit. I was born in South El Monte, so around the time I was growing up, shit was hella different. Yeah, most definitely ain't how it is now.
Nope.
Like, a lot of the shit we got away with then wouldn't even fucking slide now, you know what I'm saying?
They got cameras on the fucking on the lights, bro. What do you call them shits? The stop or the yeah, right. The fucking where the light turns red and green and all that shit.
It's basically a sensor for when the gunshot goes off, and the cops are like they could locate where it's at.
They start filming you as soon as the shit goes off, so you can't get away with shit. Not interject, but growing up, the area I was growing up, there was nothing. What like now they got like a Fuddruckers, a Starbucks. Like dog, that shit was nowhere near where the fuck I grew up.
Nah, most definitely.
Yeah, I think we grew up in different areas, but I definitely grew up in El Monte. I can't tell you exactly where because my tia moved. But yeah, pretty much like, you know, free lunch in the fucking park in the summer, and you know.
Those is South El Monte is the original stomping grounds. I ain't gonna never stop having love for that city. Is where I was born, where I was raised, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, fucking get to maybe live there one day. Shit, you know, if shit really goes fucking good, and go back to where I originally came from. But I was also raised out here in the IE too, so you know I got a lot of love for the IE too. Because it shaped me to kind of what I am and who I am today. So, you know, a lot of love to the IE too. Majority Rialto and the Dino. I don't know about, you know, for me as far as I go. I don't know much about any other cities, but the Dirty Dino and Rialto.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And as far as like growing up, like how did you actually get into like what were some of the first like rappers or just music that you liked in general that got you into rapping or writing or whatever it was?
To be honest, it was my older brother. Rest in peace to my brother Josh, but he put me on to early, like, you know, at the time it was considered fucking hip hop. I don't know what they call this shit now, but you know, he put me on like Game, Jadakiss, Nas, like DMX. Like I got put on to the shit I wasn't supposed to be listening to as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Typically, you know, like you got these kids in their little TikTok dances now, you know. I was growing up fucking listening to music that I shouldn't have been in 6th grade with a CD player, you know, like
yeah.
I'm from that era, you know, like LimeWire and fucking flip phones.
Oh, for sure.
So
I laughed just because I told my uncle. Well, we're talking about hip hop. If you know my Uncle Bazaar, if you've seen him on the last podcast episode we did together, but he said, "See, what happened was hip hop turned to IHOP."
Yeah, he ain't lying.
That shit is hilarious, bro. It's so different now, but like you got to think like the way we like, cause same thing for me. Like growing up, I listened to 50 Cent.
No, yeah,
I listened
50 Cent too. With G Unit, you know, the whole G Unit radio era with DJ Green Lantern, like DJ Who Kid, you know, like DJ Ski, you know, like I mean, as far as the inspiration goes, like the music was like always there, but I think just wanting to rap, I did it like just as like I don't want to say like a hobby, but I did it just to jot thoughts out of my head that didn't need to be there, you know. So at first it was more like a therapeutic kind of thing, and then I kind of like took a little stop to it or whatever, and then like, you know, that's when I had met you through Flip. Shout out to the homie Flip. You know what I'm saying?
AKA Mufasa.
It's always love on this side, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I met you through the homie Flip, and then around maybe like 2014, 15, because I had took a pause from making music, you know. I didn't feel like writing. I don't want to say I didn't feel like writing, but I just wasn't inspired, you know, to like make music at the time. And obviously shit that was being put out here in the IE was on some bullshit, you know. But you know, that kind of like inspired me to like write, because a lot of the guys I used to write with, they stopped writing, you know. So it was a group of 3, and then it just ended up being me by myself, you know. So that kind of like lit a fire too to keep writing and shit. So I mean, as far as the inspiration now, shit, I just fucking live life, you know, and I fucking look at my kids and get inspired. So
That's what's up, man. You definitely have to get some sort of inspiration,
You know?
whenever you can. And it's crazy because the first time I ever met you was through my cousin, and this had to have been like easily like 11 years ago.
Oh yeah, of course, hell yeah.
When I had been on spring break, and that's funny because I had barely, like, me and Mufasa, we were never really close, you know, because like he would bounce around. He would go from Laverne to
LA,
yeah,
you know,
like,
South Central and back to the IE.
He was fucking like a Rolling Stone.
He was traveling when he didn't need to.
Seriously. But he had to, though. He had to for sure. But what was I gonna say? Oh, so, you know, I remember him, me, KO, and my cousin, you know, he like linked us up, or like we just rolled with him. Like, it wasn't no planned shit, like, oh, we're gonna see the homies or whatever. It was just like, we were rolling with him, and then fucking, I think KO probably was driving, because I don't think I was driving at the time. However it went, we fucking, we were on the block, and that was when I first met, that's like who you would consider like the West Ledge, right? The Western Legends, or no?
Well, then it was Legends Club, and then, you know, we kind of upgraded it because, I mean, the homie Diesel, shout out to Diesel, he's been having this fucking idea in the vault since 2014, basically 10 years, you know. So to see that shit come to life, I mean, then the people I was with then, yeah, some of them you could consider them from the West Ledge, you know, but as far as like the main three go, you know, it's me, Diesel, and the homie Weapon, you know, Nesto. So that's like the original three of the West Ledge.
The founders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Yeah, like and I remember, I don't remember too much of that day, but I remember I was a huge Madlib Quasimodo fan, and you know, there was this long-haired, bucket hat wearing dude that was playing all the dope, because you got to understand, Mufasa's, he like underground hip-hop, he like real hip-hop, but he'll get in you know, the Futures, the you know, Young Thugs, the Rembos, like, it's just different. He's like mad versatile with his style. So when I heard Low Class Conspiracy, I'm like, who the fuck is playing this right now? What? I was like, I thought this is like a chosen few people that I actually in my life know that bump this shit. As far as the West Side, because we're talking about fools from, you know, well, Quasimodo, I mean, Madlib, he's from Oxnard, but like that's marketed as like East Coast
music.
Yeah. So
as far as the sound goes, but we know he from out here.
He's definitely, he's West Coast.
We know he killed Cali, so
to the death. What was it? Oh yeah, and so this long-haired, bucket hat wearing dude, was going by a different name at the time. I hear him rhyming over the Low Class Conspiracy beat, and I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this? And you know, Mufasa was rhyming at the time. At this time, I probably had writtens, but didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Because Mufasa was like, you know, I always looked up to him as far as the graffiti, the rap shit.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's one of the main inspirations people leave out nowadays is the graffiti.
Oh yeah, or they try to perpetuate, like, if they're
I've always been surrounded by graffiti artists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Real graffiti.
Some legit ass graffiti writers. So
fools that you wouldn't even like are not known, like maybe like MSK or whatever, but like fools that will,
of course,
like tag for tag, book for book, whatever, piece by piece, like go up against some of the legends.
No, of course. Shit. I mean, as far as I know, I know personally, Weapon is like one that I've seen, one of the best fucking writers, hands down, you know, that I've seen personally. Oh, yeah. You know, I've seen him. There's
pieces up there too.
I've seen the dude writing since I was in fucking 6th grade. So that should tell you a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those guys that he's like super humble about his work, but he's like me. He'll let his people speak for him, you know, like, you know, he'll take a canvas and he'll fucking freestyle whatever you thought he wasn't gonna do, and that shit just comes out to be something fucking spectacular, and you're just like, damn, like, Is me personally, I trip out how like writers or like just even artists could fucking think of something in their mind like that and just bring it to life on a fucking canvas or a fucking piece of paper, whatever, or a wall, whatever it may be. Like, bro, like that shit is inspirational, bro.
That's real art.
That's why it's one of the main inspirations for fucking hip hop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, they probably didn't grow up around it, which is, you know, fair, but you know, but
stop taking pictures in front of fucking the art district or some shit, or stop. Just stop going in a random alley. You know, you might get beat the fuck up in.
Oh, of course,
after 5 or whatever. Whenever it gets cracking.
Do not pump fake for the gram, please. Cause shit could get real quick
at any moment.
Don't pump fake for the grand, please.
Yeah, that's the thing I hate too. Like, just when fools do whole music videos wherever in Chinatown or whatever. I mean, I guess Chinatown is cool, but like, you know, the areas where it got like real like sick ass graffiti or.
Oh, of course.
You know, I don't know. Going back to the whole this long haired dude with the fucking with the bucket hat. This is like, I want to say 2013. So I'm like a teenager at this point. And
I was probably going to be fresh out of high school at that time, 2013.
Years later, I find out that dude who was rhyming is none other than Chava Style.
Yes, sir.
Had, you know, you just had Maya. You just had your first baby. As a matter of fact, one of the first memories I have, because when you had rolled through to my cousin's house, actually my tia's house, and we were all there, and I'm like, oh, yo, I remember, you're the one homie that raps, right? And then fucking whatever, we talked about music and shit, and at that time, I think I was working on my first mixtape, Tally the Corpses, which was that my first? No, I think it. Wait, was it?
I did a verse on that.
No, it was my third. I think it was my third mixtape.
I did a verse on that tape. I remember.
Yeah. I still have it. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Do you have it? Yeah. Yeah, that shit is old, man. That shit is. Can you believe that shit is like 9 years old now? How time flies, bro.
Shit, it flies.
It's like, you'll blink.
With no luggage, that shit flies. I'm telling you. That shit is real.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, literally one of the first times I think someone went up to you and was like, yo, congratulations on your baby, and I was like, you know, wow, like, you know, shit is real. You know, like at that point it was like, I don't even think I was I think I was just about to graduate or some shit like that. But yeah, and then kind of like the rest was history, bruh. So going back to fill in the gaps, like, do you remember like your first like writtens?
Do I remember my first ones? Shit, I mean, I have writtens like in my iPod from high school, from like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but maybe I could remember like half of a verse, or, you know, I'm not really sure, but.
Do you remember your first rhyme ever?
It's been a while. Nah, I don't. Uh-huh. I don't. What I would say is, I've always had the ear for beats.
Oh, for sure.
But the cadence wasn't there early, you know. I mean, obviously, when we all start, we don't see it, but we suck, you know. And then as you keep fucking progressing, you see how far you came. So for me, I feel like the words, the beats were always there, you know, but I think just the delivery wasn't there as far as like when I first started, you know, to like now. So
what rappers are like dope out the gate, like their first shit, like maybe
that at that time, or
no, I mean like just in general, like anybody, like what rapper, their first song or their first, you know, like Juvenile Hell, Mobb Deep's first album.
Oh shit!
Like people forget about that shit. Like that didn't really go anywhere. Like I don't know anybody really. I mean, like their first.
I can't say like first album, but I can name like maybe like albums from like now, maybe, or like because I heard of the artist, but I'm saying like maybe their albums got better, you know, like as they did it like time and time. Like a perfect example, well, for me is like Apollo Brown and Planet Asia, you know. So It's like Planet Asia at the time. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like I listened to his first fucking album.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
he had already been.
Yeah, but he had been in the game. But as far as for me, like listening to like one of the first albums I heard from him, and then I went back and like checked, shit out. But I want to say maybe his Abrasions album with Apollo Brown. It's originally produced by Ginsu Dean, but Apollo remixed it. They're all part of Mellow Music Group, and probably when I first heard that, or like the Chewy and Triz, the America's Most Blunted, like as far as their first album together, like that shit was fucking crazy at the time. I mean, I still think it's good music to this day. But
it still holds up. Like it holds its own, especially now because it's like hip hop. If you look, hip hop has changed. Like it evolved so much from like if you just look at the 80s, like the hip, of course, to the 90s. You got
I want to
G-rap, all that.
I want to say it used to be alphabet rap just because of
what do you mean?
How it sounds like all musically. Like I mean like alphabet rap, like everything sounded so simple, like you're sounding out
the 80s?
Like you're sounding out words or syllables type shit, know? And then now you got motherfuckers that if they make dope music, whether it's them rapping hella fast or hella slow or at a certain pace, like it's their own legit style, so you fuck with it. They're not out there trying to sound like somebody else. Like they're just being them. Like
I think the underground will always be like its own thing, because if you look at underground shit, it's always been, especially like through the 90s, you have like, I mean, not even really the Big L's, because he kind of already got signed and then he kind of took off. But like just shit like that, or like more underground shit, like maybe like Black Moon.
Oh damn! Oh, so maybe you're talking like hieroglyphics,
something like that. Yeah, artifacts.
I mean the most
stuff that like
the most known man of Mortal Technique. He's we want to get technical. Shit like, or Visionaries, or
because at that time we're talking about
Living Legends.
The most like what would be considered commercial or pop would be like the Biggies, the Nas's, the Jay-Z's.
I mean, I got introduced, like, honestly, the first album, I mean, he's probably like, I would consider him corny now, but when Game first dropped Documentary, that shit was...
You think he's corny now?
I mean, just because of the antics.
Yeah.
Minus the antics, he's a legit West Coast like rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put him in that category. If you take out the corny shit and him trying to keep up with the new shit, like he's really fucking dope. I mean, from 2005 to like 2012, it was for me like for the game, because from Documentary, and then I think he did like the Red album when I was in high school, and I didn't really like that shit. So
that's crazy, because a lot of people would say that was like his comeback album.
No.
Like, because you got to think, because he had, I think that was like, I think he gave Kendrick like his first big look on the feature.
That was The City.
Yeah, right, The City.
Yeah.
And that's kind of wild that you say that, but
or like another example, his debut, I mean, his first actual album was the Kendrick Lamar LP, but everyone first heard Kendrick with Overly Dedicated and fucking Section 80, But if you hear those fucking albums for the first time, people think that's their intro to Kendrick. To some people it is, because that's how they heard of Kendrick, and then, but if you really,
or God forbid, Good Kid, Mad City, which you're late.
Oh boy,
if that's your first,
you can't, as long as they catch on. But I mean, for me, it was, I mean, I knew Kendrick from K Dot from when he was running around with Game in Black Wall Street and going on tours, and this is when it was just him and J-Rock on Top Dog. There was no Schoolboy, no Absol, and Kendrick was just like freestyling at the time more than anything, like, and then he started doing his own shit. The Kendrick Lamar LP didn't get recognized as it did, and then he dropped Overly Dedicated. People fucking loved. I mean, when I was in high school and that shit dropped, that shit was, for my time, it was pretty legit, because there was a lot of bullshit being put out at that time. And that's when I got put on to like Mac Miller.
Rest in peace.
Wiz around like 08, 09. Currency.
You were listening to Wiz in 08, 09?
Yes, sir. Youngin' on his grind.
What? That's crazy. I think I got put on a Wiz like right before Black and Yellow.
Okay,
like
yeah. So
right
everyone,
before.
from what I know, from when I was in high school, everyone heard of Wiz with the "just say yeah, just say yeah."
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's still early Wiz though. You know what I'm saying? But like seeing, there's a lot of motherfuckers you could think. It just depends on the time that you listen to them. You could say that's the first album maybe you heard from them, you know. But there's people that are older than us that have listened to the shit that we listen to now, like Locks, Dipset, you know, shit like that. When they were around when that shit first dropped, you know, like they could be able to tell you, like, damn, like around this time when this shit dropped, like it was dope, you know, like if you look at music, you could use it like as a time frame in your life, you know, like
when this dropped, I remember, like that's the whole Griselda shit.
Yeah,
like I could tell you exactly where I was when Don't Get Scared Now dropped, when Fly God.
Yeah, you see?
Like, Fly God was a rainy day. I remember the day it dropped, I burned it on a fucking CD because it was out. Because what was Fly God? Was it on SoundCloud?
It was on iTunes, but you had to buy it.
You had to buy it.
You had to buy it.
I don't know how I got the album. I think I looked up just like Fly God album, and I just had the download. I burned it on a CD, and the day it dropped, I remember driving to school, and fucking it was raining, and I remember thinking like just the rain, like the whole ambiance of the album, like that. I'll never like those are moments I'll never forget where I'm just like there's a whole, I don't know how, but there's a whole like a grip of new Griselda fans now. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
but it's like we like before we even or when we linked up again, like you been knew about Griselda, I've been knew about Griselda, and it was like. That shit's just wild because there are timestamps to your life to where it's like, yeah, I remember when that dropped. I was here when that happened, and it takes you back. Like, damn, I remember listening to this when I was, you know, whatever, the Cow. Like, it brought me back to when the Cow dropped. That was a huge thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Hitler 4, if I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, Hitler. Was that Hitler 4? That was where it was like kind of like cut in.
Yeah, that's Hitler 4.
Yeah, the cut and pasted type they fuck with the face and all that. I mean, going against the grain, you want to talk about artists that like said fuck whoever did what. I'm gonna name my album Hitler Wears Hermes. What? Like, you get clowned on for that type of shit, but these are the ideas that, like...
It was his own version of The Devil Wears Prada, you know? Yeah. So you got to give him that.
You got to flip it.
Yeah, you got to give... He flipped it to, you know...
What he thought was dope as fuck.
He thought was dope, and people... I mean, we know his stand behind Hitler is more like a... I'm killing everything type shit, and you can't fuck with me. We know that's what he uses the Hitler
what he meant
stand for, you know, like as far as like I'm killing shit in the rap game, like I'm the.
That's why he don't stand too close to Kanye.
Yeah, you know, but there's other people that see the Hitler shit and they take it the wrong way.
Oh, for sure.
Some people get offensive. I mean, some dude got offended by me just by wearing the Chris Benoit shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so, really?
Yeah.
Like the Griselda Chris Benoit?
Yes, sir.
The one with the third eye, right? What did he say?
I mean, I was at fucking SeaWorld, right?
Oh,
you know, and
that's already you fucking up already.
To top it off, he literally rolled up on me because he was in a fucking wheelchair. So
oh wow, wheels of steel.
You know, so he just like came up and he was like
wheels of fury.
You know, obviously there was a colonizer. You know, so he was like, Are you seriously wearing that shirt?
Oh,
and then I was just like. I was like a little confused at first. I'm like, it's just a fucking wrestling shirt. That's how I see it, you know. Like I'm not thinking about the man killing his family. Obviously, we all know what he did was wrong. I'm not condoning. I'm not saying what he did was right, but
yeah, it's art though.
Yeah, you know,
You and not even that. It's like you're trying to support.
It'll have people thinking though. That's what you want to do with shit like that. Is like have people thinking like, what made him want to put the fucking third eye on Chris Benoit, you know, or like, but yeah, back to that. I was wearing it, and I guess he got offended, and he brought that up, the situation up. He was like, "You seriously, like, after what he did to his family, blah blah blah," and then I'm just like kind of ignoring him, and then I'm looking at my baby mom. I'm just like kind of confused, you know. I'm like, should I tell this motherfucker something, or like just let him be in his little fucking moment, you know, like let him be.
Motherfucker's already in a wheelchair. He already lost.
Let him have his little 15 seconds of fame, you know. So So I was just like, fuck it. And then I noticed like when I would wear like certain merch, like people will have like a certain reaction to it. So
I mean,
I personally don't give a fuck how people feel, but at the same time, it's like a respect boundary too. So
yeah, because it's
you
like,
know?
I mean, the way I could think about, like, I mean, it's just hard because if you're looking at it from a lens of you don't know any about any of this shit, you don't know anything about West Side Gun, you don't know any of the thing. Yeah, at face value, you're probably like, well, what the fuck is like this fool doing? But to actually like be like confrontational and be like this is what I say, or maybe 50 Cent said this, like, if like the worst way to like confront somebody about a problem is like ask them like, do we have a problem? Because then it's kind of like, well, fuck you mean, like, do we have a problem? Like,
Shit, it just depends where you at.
you know what I mean? But that's kind of lame though for folks to just kind of like take it upon themselves to try to press you over shit that, like, if you don't know, dog, like, and if you don't really trying to like understand like what it is, I don't know, that's kind of lame, bro. Because we're living in an era where people try to cancel you over the dumbest shit.
Whoa, cancel culture is real.
It's like, why? Like, what the fuck?
We're in a sensitive ass generation, and
We are a bunch of babies, bro.
like, I mean, I'm from the '90s, so I can't speak for anyone after, you know, like, as far as like 2000, you know. I mean, because I kind of grew up in a balance of being hella disciplined, old school wise, and then having the smarts of like a new generation with the technology shit and learning how to fucking adapt with the shit as it gets more fucking complicated.
Change with the times.
You know, I mean, it's kind of bad, you know, the more technology, the more complicated shit's gonna be, you know, but fucking, I mean, then it was just like you didn't have to watch what the fuck you said. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like you literally gotta watch what you say around certain people. You know, not just around certain people. People take offense to it. I mean,
no, but what I'm saying is, it's like, let's just say one day you get mad and you post on Twitter, "Fuck these fools," yada yada yada. Don't pull up your tweet. Hey, Chava, you said on January the 25th, 2012, "Fuck all whoever." And then now motherfuckers are marching and protesting or whatever, or try to cancel you because, and I feel like it's mass systemic too, like almost like a plan type shit. Like, I mean, fools, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
America, no. We should have freedom of speech.
Yeah, but that freedom come with a price.
Yeah, most definitely.
For real,
most definitely.
So for speech, you know, look at Kanye, bro. He said about, you know, he said what he said, and like overnight, he went from having like whatever, however many billion, to like $500,000. Or no, $500 million. Yeah. I mean, I think that's lame, bruh. Like why would you, why you throwing the baby out with the bathwater on that shit? Because instead of being like, well, let's try to understand why he said that. Why is he wearing that shirt? Is it like cool? Is it whatever? Like, what is it? Like, let's figure it out. Like, no, okay, like, fuck this fool, like, cancel, like, you know, they just try to block you, shadow ban you out of certain
crazy
things.
That's crazy work.
Bullshit.
People will go to the fullest extent to fucking just so they could
get
feel
you all the way the fuck
just so
out
they could have some type of emotion in themselves to where they feel happy just because they did some petty shit like that, you know? So
oh, fucking, we got this fool the fuck out of here for his comments or whatever.
No, but that, I mean, it does you no good. I mean, sometimes everybody don't gotta believe what the fuck he said. Look how many people looked at God crazy when he was spreading the gospel, feel me? I mean, the real people will know what the fuck
what's up
you mean, and some people will know, like, maybe he did go too far, but he ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like they say, the truth fucking hurts, and
they just really got mad because he was shaking shit up, and they didn't like that. They wanted shit the way they wanted to run with it, and they said, "Okay, well, we got to get this fool out of here."
No, yeah,
that's lame. So with growing up and making music, like, do you like where can people hear like some of the first tracks if some of your first tracks are out there?
Shit, I mean, a majority of them are on my iPod, so they're not gonna find those. But
Like your first, do you have your first song?
but do I have my first song?
Yeah, you ever recorded?
It's on my iPod, but it's not charged. But I've as far as like SoundCloud goes, from like 2000, maybe like 14 and present, I maybe have some shit on there on SoundCloud. I mean, I've only gone SoundCloud because it's fucking the only thing I've known. I really haven't gone to the iTunes and Spotify shit, you know, and
Yeah,
shit like that.
It's
but
definitely a game. Like
Yeah.
that's the game that I'm not. I think I've said this. I don't think I've said this on the podcast, but that's something I'm moving away from because I already dropped my last album on everywhere. Tidal, you could listen to my album on Spotify, iTunes, all that, and it's just like this ain't for me. This whole
as far as the streaming ain't.
it's not for me. It's not for artists like us.
I mean, you know the route I want to go: cassettes, CDs,
The physical,
old school.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that way it has more meaning and more value to it. You know, like it's like whatever
It's
the fuck,
tangible. You
whatever
can actually,
whatever the price may be at the time, 10, 15, 20. It's a fucking $20 that's gonna last you a long fucking time if you take real good care of it. You know, as far as like the fucking the you valuing the music that you listen to, or
but not only that, it's an experience, bro. Like,
of course, yeah.
go listen to my homie shit on iTunes. I don't know this fool, so I'm not like there. I'm like, you could catch me at a time where I'm like, well, I don't want to listen to rap, listen to this
yeah.
full shit. I don't know who the fuck is this. I don't give a fuck. But hey, check out the homie. I Meet You. Oh, you make rap music. Oh, that's dope. I got a CD, and then it's like, then I play it or whatever, and then now it becomes more of a personal thing, like a more personal connection.
Of course.
So it's like that's what I really feel like the game is missing now with or with the physical shit. It's like people just want to be collectors, like with the Makami shit. They just buy his shit out.
Crazy.
And then like they just become resellers.
Well, shout out to
And
shout out to my homies that cop the rare vintage shit and they're now resellers. You guys know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, me.
You know.
And you.
You know, like as far as like collections go that are crazy, I mean,
Real collectors, not resellers.
I mean, the homie Diesel, the homie Daniel Leviathan, you know, like motherfucker has a Obi Stripe Fly God vinyl.
Obi strip.
You know what I'm saying? So that shit is, and next to that he has a pair of fucking purple Dior's from Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? So he's a legit. Like
That's about as real as it gets, bro.
Yeah, it ain't gonna get no realer than that, bro. But shout out
as far as support.
Shout out to them as far as supporting and being real fucking collectors and not being resellers. Man, them fucking doing it for the sport of it.
For the love. For the love of the game.
Yeah, for the sport. Because, I mean, sometimes to some people, the same way it is for us to compete on a rap verse, it's a competition for them to see who buys the more legit shit faster, you know? Like, oh, well, I got the original. I got one of the first 10 that he pressed. That's more valuable to the recopies that are going to be out in fucking stores, you know? Like, like, you know your shit's more authentic when you got it from the man himself than you actually going to a store and fucking picking it out.
When we went to,
it adds more value to it.
When we went and we saw them when they first signed to Shady, and we saw them at the Roxy.
Oh yeah,
I bought Reject on steroids. Conway signed it and gave it to me on the spot. Right? He killed that. You seen that performance?
Yeah, of course.
He killed the whole shit. Like, that was like probably the best show I've ever seen. Right as Conway gets off the stage, he's in the merch booth. I fucking bought a purple Don't Get Scared Now shirt, but I didn't want to walk around looking like a jar of Welch's grape. So I was like, yo, I want another shirt. And then I exchanged it for, I think what's the one where they had where it's like...
Well, now on the bike, right?
On the bike,
doing
yeah.
The drive-by?
With the AR, yeah. Wes and Con. And then, oh, no, this is at the fucking Apartment 4B. But when I went and got the album... You know, I said, what's up? I said, peace, you know what I mean? I told him, fucking keep doing your thing. You're one of the illest out and all that. Real humble dudes.
No, yeah, most definitely. I mean, my kids got to meet Maya, got to meet them, so
Oh, word! How was that?
you know,
How was that?
it was dope. I mean,
When was this?
2017. Maybe the first time they ever did a pop up in Cali, or the second time.
Wait, was this?
This was
This
for-
wasn't with us, right?
This
Was it?
was no, I believe this was for the Almighty drop,
The Almighty.
the one where the words are like written in Russian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one. That was a crazy one.
Yeah, I took her around that time, and he was doing the collab with Doom, I believe, at the time.
Rest in peace to Doom.
Yeah,
bruh.
the West Side
God
Doom.
damn
It was around that time. I mean, I personally hit up West, and he replied like, "Yo, yeah, you could bring the kids, like, you know, like this. It's cool, like." So for me, it was more like, fuck it. Like, I mean, I looked at it as a bonding time and like a legit fucking time to look back and reflect that, you know, like she don't know it now, but when she sees it like later on, she's gonna know like she's been around greatness her whole fucking life. So, you know, she's just blessed as far as like having me for a parent to give her like, I mean, music to inspire, because I feel like music is a big fucking impact on these kids, you know, and like,
And especially with her too, because she's like mad receptive. Like she was already receptive to it off the bat. Like
Yeah.
we would be here and I'd be making beats, and she was already vibing to it.
yes sir,
As a baby, you can't talk. Like there's like functions, like your brain ain't even grown yet, but like already she was already in tune.
that's how I knew that was my kid for real.
I would hope so. Imagine you just
That's how I
Different.
knew. As besides her looking dead ass like me, like you can't. I don't want to say you can't teach stuff like that, but that's just something
Natural.
that I'm blessed. Like she loves music, you know, and not the kind of music that everyone thinks. Like Maya's like everywhere, you know. As far as like her, she's kind of like me, you know. Like before, for me, it was a lot of heavy rap, like just listening to a lot of rap, and then you know, I was like all listening to like Inner Wave, Michael Sayer, Tame Impala, you know, and then now it's just like, you know, the new shit I'd be showing, like the funky shit, you know, like R&B,
crazy
R&B, you know.
stuff that'll probably get sampled in the
Oh,
future.
I have a lot of sample shit that I listen to, but
No, I
just-
mean like the people you listen to now, like the Inner Waves
Oh, of
or
course,
whatever.
yeah.
Stuff you already know is gonna get sampled.
Brain
like,
Story already,
in 10.
you know, we was talking
Yeah.
about that earlier. I showed you how they got sampled already, you know. Shout out to Brain Story. That's another fucking IE legends right there, bro.
They're a band.
Yes, sir. They're a fucking band.
And how did you get hip to them, or how was that connection?
Shout out to the homie Diesel. He they honestly I've seen them wearing our merch, so you know they fuck with the merch, and they see that it's big Aisha, so they rep that shit wherever they go, you know. So, but I got put onto them, homie Andrew, and then it was even better when I found out they were from the hometown, because
SB or
Rialto,
Rialto.
you know. So I was just like, damn, like someone sounding old school legit. Like if you listen to them, you would think they're from the fucking 90s or something, you know, but they're from now, and their shit sounds like legit. They're not trying to fucking copy no one. They're their own
Got
style.
their own lane.
And you see why people sample them, because they're their own fucking style, you know? And they're just, music like that is just, it's nice to take a break from rap for a while and just listen to others,
Genres.
all the genres,
Different
because
music.
if you can't expand your music taste, and you just, you know, like,
It'll sound like that.
You know?
It'll sound like the same.
of course, yeah,
Yeah.
it'll always sound the same. Like me, I mean, a lot of the inspiration now for me, it comes from indie rock and fucking R&B right now, you know? Like that's, I never thought I would like R&B, but here I am, like listening to R&B, you know? Like it's fucking crazy.
and I say that that's crazy because the R&B from like the 90s is more hip hop sounding than like the hip hop that's out
yeah,
now.
of course.
It's like, what the fuck happened to all that shit?
There's certain R&B artists that could give it that legit sound that you would think is from that time, but it's just them like being authentic and being themselves. Like, of course they got inspired by the sound. You could tell, you know, but as far as like they go, it's them, like themselves, like it's their own kind of sound in a new generation, you know. Like old heads will hear like some Mayer Hawthorne and they'll think it's from the fucking old school, and it's really nice.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of them, like the Sacred Souls.
Yeah.
You got a lot of cats out here that are doing like old school type shit, but it's in their own lane, and it's like now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Tell me how you feel fatherhood has affected your music.
It's probably the biggest impact. Fatherhood. I mean. Like
how was it before you became a father to like musically?
Yeah. So at first it was inspiration from fucking around and being like free, literally, you know, like no responsibilities, fucking
wilding out,
you know, like waking up whenever the fuck I want, going to sleep whenever I want, just doing dumb shit, you know. But I mean, it's hard to explain, but when you have a kid, like, you see the world fucking differently.
It ain't about you anymore.
Well, that's the number one thing, but you wouldn't think how you would, like, how you think you would, like, when you, like, for some people, it's like, oh, if I have a kid, this and that. They could say things, but when that moment actually hits, like,
it's different.
It's different. Like, to me, it matters, like, what you do in that moment, not before or fucking after. Like, it's what you do, like, right then and there, you know? And then for me, it's like, I love the music, you know, but this is like something, like, it was like something new I had to get used to, balancing being a dad, working, trying to make music, and repeating that shit, like, consistently, you know. So I mean, it was tiring at a point, but like I never saw, I mean, I know when I was younger, maybe like everyone's parents would be like, watch when you have kids and they don't listen to you. I mean, all you got to do, honestly, is just fucking love your kids, and that shit is not a hassle, bro.
Yeah, it's just some people are really shitty parents.
Yeah, they're just really shitty parents. So me, is for my kids love me not for what I buy them, or
for the love.
Or they love me because of what I do for them and how I'm here.
You're there.
Yeah, how I'm there for them. You know, I feel like that's all they want now, and it's really all they need right now. But as they get older, they will feel like they don't need you, but they really do need you. You know, like us growing up as teenagers, we thought we knew it. We knew all of it, and we didn't need our parents' help. But there was certain, we'll hit a curve and we'll be like, well, fuck, my dad was right, or my mom was right. Like, damn, she was telling me, or like,
I didn't want to fucking listen.
You know, yeah, and I didn't want to listen.
I thought I knew better.
And sometimes it's best to learn the hard way.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sometimes
some people need to learn the hard way.
Yeah, you know, and then sometimes it's not. But the fatherhood, it just, I thought it was going to get more complicated and affect me, but it honestly didn't. So, I mean, I would bring my kid with me, you know. I didn't really care if I was, like, recording or not, or, like, listening to beats. Like, this is, like, my other half of me, so they got to experience what I experience, you know. So, so they could know, like, that it's instilled in them. So, whether, like, they get older and they move away, or, like, you know, or, like, I just happen to, like, not be here anymore, or whatever the case may be. Like, they could think of like, of a time they were with me, and they'll hear, like, certain music, and they could think, like, oh shit, like, my dad liked this, or like, my dad always liked going here when we would come here.
Oh yeah,
or this.
As a kid, you're very impressionable. Like, when me and my father always had a super strong bond. And I remember, like, you know, I remember bumping 50 Cent The Massacre with him in his car. I remember the Cadillac he had. I remember in the winters, bro, all leather seats, cold. I mean, you in the ice box.
Dang.
And then in the reverse, when it was the summer, oh, that car was hell. It was like you was in what is it? A heater or something. If it just felt crazy, bro. So it's just little things like that you never forget. Obviously growing up you have your rebellious years, you think
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what on, yeah,
Cause like me growing up, like I remember my older brother dropping me off to school, and this was before Bluetooth, so he used to have to get a cassette player with the aux cord attached to it, and he would plug the aux to the CD player, just so
he could listen to
just
music.
so we could listen to the fucking shit in the car. But I'll be getting dropped off in 5th grade listening to like Hate It or Love It, fucking some Nas, like Jay-Z randomly, like G-Unit. It was like all kinds of shit. Like, but that's what I remember. Like, as far as like the memories, and then like me. Now I take Maya to school, and like she tells me to put on "By Your Side" by Jadakiss. Like that's fucking something that's
fucking sick.
That she's gonna remember. Like when my dad used to take me to school, I used to listen to this, and she was only in fucking 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna find a kid with music taste like that unless it's someone putting them on.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like
they're tapped in.
Yeah, like just being tapped in. Like for me, I just want Maya to like have a good reason to love music, and that's by me showing her good music. So when she hears the music, whether it's mine, and she probably listens to it older, and I hope she likes it. Whether it's from me or
whatever,
us listening to like a new album together or stuff like that. Like it's fucking inspirational, and like. It inspires me now, like to write more than ever. Like,
oh yeah, so
like,
talk about that, like making songs and writing wise. What was the difference with before, you had her, and then like now, like how do you approach the writing process?
It's more. I mean, I probably don't record as much, but it's more passion into it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like more. I'm more vivid about it than I was then.
You're more hungry.
Yeah, like I want them. I just want to be an example to be like, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't have to be music.
Like there's no, it doesn't have to be music. I just want to tell them like there's no boundaries to whatever the fuck you want to do, and whatever you get out of this world is what you put out there. It ain't what the fuck you learn in school or none of that bullshit that we don't use when the fuck we get out of school other than fucking science and math. But
really, what I took from school was English and math.
Yeah, but everything else I feel like is irrelevant.
It's so dumb.
I mean, she's growing up in a generation where, I think it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
So.
Living in scary times, bro.
Like, it's just like for me, I don't know. It's different then. Then I was writing about shit that I had like, that I would do, but like now, it's weird. I like rapping about my kids a lot, but not in the way that people think. Like I just like when I say their name on tracks, like people know, like are gonna think like, oh shit, like those are like his people, like how people like to call it like his day ones. You know what I'm saying? Like Maya and Eden are literally like, they're always like first in line.
Before anything.
For anything or before anything. Like if it comes to me like dropping some shit, I have fucking merch or whatever the case may be. They're the ones getting dibs on everything, whether kids now or they fucking get older, like they're always gonna be like the first priority. Like, I mean, and whether they get inspired from this or not, I kind of hope they do, and then they take this and go another route with it. But hopefully it's them just being successful in the way they want to be, whether it's Maya fucking being a baseball player or Eden, she's more like of a girly girl. So if she wants to, she likes singing, or if she wants to she likes dressing up, she likes being fly like me, so so if she gets into fashion, or as long as she finds a passion for something and she's dedicated to doing it, then I'm here to back them. You know what I'm saying? Like this,
As you should.
you know. But I think the writing process now, maybe it's I want to say it's better, you know, and maybe more easier and smoother because it's like I have a reason to rap. I feel like then I had a reason to rap, but not legit wise, you know, like. But then,
like you got a real good fucking reason now.
No, yeah, I mean, you know, like I'll record shit. Obviously, I don't drop it. You know, I have a lot of shit that I record that I don't drop.
And why is that? Like you showed me tracks that you've had, or whatever sporadic tracks that you've shown me. So like, whoa, almost got taken out by Escobar. So tell me about like your process as far as like making music, because like me out the gate, I was always like bodies of work. There's people that'll tell you, bro, don't make an album, singles, dog. You got it. You need singles, because then they gonna want the album, and then you go from there about the singles and all this shit. So like tell me, because you all had just have shit in the tug. I don't like doing that. I want you to listen to everything. So that's why I have bodies of work. If it does end up a Lucy, then yeah, it'll end up being a Lucy. But me, I'm not, because you always hear a Mobb Deep record has 1,000. They got hard drives full of music, and it's like, well, where they at? Like I'd love to listen to that. So anything that I put out, I'm the sole controller of my destiny. So I'm always like put it out, even if I think, oh, maybe, you know, that wasn't the right beat, or maybe I should have flowed differently over there. It's like, whatever, bro. Like music is music, and music is meant to be shared, good or bad. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying about that. It's meant to be shared, but for me, at the same time, it's more like, I mean, back to where, you know, motherfuckers are just gonna steal sauce, bro. So
it always goes back.
I mean, I said everything's gonna relate back to sauce. So for me personally, I feel like I can't release like certain music because I feel like someone's just gonna like take the fucking idea and just run with it, bro. And I can't stand that. I mean, I've had homies that I know that make music, and they tell me motherfuckers done stole ideas from them, and it's just like
I got.
You know,
you stole that, Kendrick. Allegedly, they tried to tell me I was wrong, but bro, when that song came out, when DNA came out, there was like someone who recorded like, bro, this is like the homie or some shit like that. That's wild. Hopefully they get paid, but they probably don't.
Nah.
That's crazy, bruh. So, but there are some tracks that you have shown me that are like mad personal, and that I understand.
Oh yeah, of course.
I got those tracks too, where it's just like
those are more for like say I take off with the music shit and I'm touring and I'm over here like in another city, like the homies will have music that some people will never fucking have. You know, and if they want, like for me personally, they could show that shit off. I mean, for them, it's kind of like they're bragging for me in a way, like you got this, but you ain't got this really unreleased shit. Yeah, you know, because there was a time where like I was getting unreleased shit for a while from Stevie
Crooks.
Yeah, from Stevie Crooks. Shout out homie Stevie Crooks. Like he would shoot me a lot of unreleased fucking music, and he
is it released now or is it still unreleased?
A majority of it he released now, but at the time, like, it was fucking crazy. I was like, bro, how's, you know, kind of how some people look at my music and it's like, why haven't you dropped this? I was kind of doing that to him, but he maybe felt how I felt, like it wasn't time for it to get dropped, or
it wasn't ready,
whatever the case was, or it just didn't fit in a certain album that you want, or a mixtape that you wanted it to go on, you know. And because I feel like my shit's like, I don't think you're ever gonna hear a fucking like a tape from me that where it's all like sonically the same, because I like being at a place with it, you know. So I don't want someone like, because you know it's hard to say I just drop it on SoundCloud and people know about it, but then I hear a tape and someone does it the exact same fucking way I did it But he
or they
gets,
take the same like
yeah.
fucking samples.
Yeah, or he
or-
gets more exposure than me, or whatever the fucking case may be. I'm not gonna be mad at the exposure. I'm just gonna be mad at the still in the sauce shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the crazy.
So-
That's the crazy part, because we've done a song over a beat, and I didn't know this, but the song ended up getting recorded, or the beat ended up getting
re-recorded.
re-recorded, or however many times. But I have that in writing that I own that beat. I paid money for it and I own that beat.
Well, I heard the other version. That's just trash.
Okay, well, that's great, because I have it and I don't want to hear that shit, because I don't want to bring back,
Music-wise.
because for me it's like, this is real deep shit that I'm pulling from a real special place. Salud.
No, yeah.
So the fact, like, it's like, can you imagine if somebody ripped the logo and just, like, I don't know, made it a fucking, I don't know, just tweaked it barely, little bit, whatever, put another stripe, or took the ball off of the top, or whatever, the dot.
Well,
And then that shit sells out everywhere, and then that shit overshadows that. Then it's like,
What's crazy about this is that people think the logo is a fucking flag. When you kind of look at it, it look like a flag, but
yeah,
it says IE if you
pay attention.
maybe pay attention to the detail. So you'll know if somebody's
Still in the
if
sauce.
somebody's still in the sauce. Like, I feel like you'll know. You know, I mean, I feel like everything connected though, as far as like everything in the long run. Like me, I don't want to say taking a break from music, but there was a time where like I didn't want to perform or do nothing like that because I felt like shit out here was just whack. Like
Nothing was moving like that.
no, well, like how can I explain? Like I'm not gonna show up to perform at a show, and motherfuckers is like they performing songs, and because of what they hear, that's how they're gonna do it. Like motherfuckers trying to make Griselda type beats and speaking some positive shit on there. Like that's not how it works. We understand.
We ended world hunger.
We understand you trying to sound like
What came before?
I mean, I listen to Griselda and Rock Mars now, but why the fuck do I want to fucking sound like them? You know, like,
why would you want to ride the wave?
I mean, why would you? You know, like, why can't you just come out from a fucking space of your own and like just separate yourself? Like, don't like. Sometimes it's good to stand out musically. Sometimes, you know, like my shit, like, you know, it's not for everyone. That's why I don't expect everyone to like my shit. But if you know real fucking rap, then for those that appreciate the music, fucking salutes to them. You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone thinks alike, but that when you get that saying, great minds do think alike. When you find people like that,
Like-minded individuals.
you like to keep people like that around you. You're not gonna keep motherfuckers around you who
are just dead weight,
no, not that too, but just
not contributing anything.
not contributing and just being along for the ride type shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
I just want to be a wave rider,
basically,
bandwagon.
basically, like that's why, like out here in the IE, I'm telling you, it's fucking crazy. Like my music compares to fucking nothing that's out here. I mean, I already stand out just from being Mexican, bro. So, you know, but
A lot of Mexicans out here
but not a lot of Mexicans can rap.
and rap the way we do.
No, yeah, exactly.
Because we've gotten
Exactly.
comparisons to the Griseldas and all that. We're not trying to be like them.
Nah, of
It's
course
just
not.
I feel like cutting from the same. When they say we're cut from that cloth, I really feel like that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, most definitely.
Whatever, like you want to say silk or whatever shit you want to say out there. I feel like we're really from that, because us performing the few times we did was like a knife. Was like a what did
Well-
they say? It was like a, I don't know. We stuck out like a sore thumb. It was like people were doing the hippity dippity shit
Not even that, but
or whatever.
they were rapping over their tracks, and I take hella
You mean
offense.
you're rapping over their
The
actual
song.
song?
They're fucking. All right, if you hold on, this is. I mean, I'm gonna look at the camera for this one, but if you putting your track in the back, you should not be performing. Please leave that shit alone.
You might as well be the DJ.
The sport is for the big dogs. If you can't do it pure instrumental, you shouldn't be doing it at all. If I wanted to listen to your fucking song, I would have stayed in the car.
I would have played it.
And I would have put the fucking speakers to the max. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come here.
I didn't pay money.
I didn't pay money for me and you to listen to a fucking song while you're on stage. That's not what I paid money for.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of fools dancing. Their whole song's playing. The mic ain't even in the face.
It's not even that, but the shows we got booked for, or the shows I got booked for, the shows I fucking did, I kind of took offense when I was an opener, or I was like fucking in the middle, and the motherfucker after me is like just on some fucking, you know what I'm saying, like on some corny shit, rapping on his track and remembering the fucking words to his shit. Like, I mean, forgetting the words to his fucking verse while the song's playing in the back. It's more fucking embarrassing. You know?
The song's right there.
I feel like I never got.
Follow along.
I honestly, that's why, like, I know how to, like, scout people that could actually fucking. I'll go to a show and I'll be like, all right, dude's not bad, but at least he's doing it the right way. He's doing it
what he's supposed to
pure
do.
Instrumental. He ain't on no corny shit with his song on the back, and he's fucking like trying to dress how everybody dressed now just to fit in type shit.
Show
like,
his fucking outfit off. He got off of eBay because it came at a discount.
I mean, not like out here, bro. Like, cause I've been to thousands of fucking shows, you know. So, and for all types of genres, but when it's fucking hip hop, bro, and I go to a show and motherfuckers are like, how can I explain, bro? You know, like cholo rap, and then you got fucking motherfuckers rapping over the song while they're performing, and some people aren't even like authentic, or like they don't sound legit when they're on stage doing it. You could tell, you could read their body language, you could tell they don't want to fucking be there. Like, you know, it's rare to find artists that could actually fucking perform. And like, that's why when I would go to a lot of the same shows, I'm going to these same shows because these motherfuckers are actually performing. They're not on some bullshit where they got a 1,000 homies in the bag and the song's playing and they all back there looking like fucking maniacs, you know? Like,
that's my favorite word.
You know? So like,
one of the best performers I ever seen, I don't know what it was, but sometimes you'll get fools who perform the same song.
Oh yeah,
you could fucking
but some songs you won't get tired of.
Yes,
it just depends on the artist.
It really does, but I don't. Me as a fan, if I'm really into you, then yeah, there are some songs I want to see. I want to see you perform them. But if this is a whole routine, like you have the same 3 songs you perform every time, then it's kind of lame. One of the best things I've ever seen was I seen an artist. Shout out Goodfella. He was performing his song, but in the middle he forgot I don't know what it was. He just forgot. I think he forgot like his place and the thing, so he couldn't pick it back up. This fool starts freestyling on the spot. The free was better than the song. Like, I don't know what, like the song, not a shit on the homie, but the song wasn't that great. It was like, okay, whatever. As soon as he started freestyling, it turned it from, okay, like he's performing a song to, yo, this fool's performing like a fucking dope, because it's a freestyle and it's in the moment and it's, you know, real.
I mean, I wouldn't discredit him, but he did what a lot of motherfuckers won't and don't know how to do is improvise. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He knew how to improvise, bro. Like he knew in his head, like if some shit happens, I'm gonna fucking freestyle, and he obviously did a fucking great fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was the best. For me personally, he was the best performer of the night just for that reason alone. Because he forgot where the fuck he was. It's like I don't know. It'd be like if you're shooting twos, you get an air ball, but then you get the rebound, pick it back up, and you dropping buckets after that. No, of course,
some shit like that, to where it's just like, it's like yeah, you know, you literally you make it go from it being like cool to you killed that shit, and I would like to see you do some shit like that again. Like I'd pay money to see him.
Yeah, I think
do that again.
My thing now is I think just having tracks to perform.
Yes, you definitely got those.
You know, so because I feel like, I mean, a lot of the shit that we performed then, it was like, I feel like it
maybe
was
not really the best performance.
I mean, but it was songs that I personally liked myself. And I felt like fucking they needed to be performed. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like I feel like when we did Medusa Tears, I feel like motherfuckers are lucky.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's just how
we did that's in West Coast, right?
We did that track a few times.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did it at Bar Lounge too.
Oh wow,
so,
I don't even remember.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you go to a show and certain songs get performed, like you gotta take advantage because you probably won't hear those songs get performed again.
Do you remember when those dudes came up to us? And I think this was at Bart Lounge, but like, yo, we seen every open mic you guys did, and we came all the way out here to see you or something. Do you remember these guys or some shit like that?
Not too sure, but I know when we did our few first open mics, like we had people like really fucking with us, and it might have fucking got on some people's nerves, but I could personally care less. You know, so I could personally care less.
Hey man, I feel like it's really just like I knew it right away. I mean, me being young at the time or younger at the time, it was just more so like, this is my first time doing open mics. Shit, this is like 2 years into me making music. You know, I didn't really have like a full grasp on my stilo. I didn't have a full grasp on like my image, my aesthetic, like anything. I just wanted to rap and I wanted to burn shit down. Like, you know, I was kind of wilding out at some points, but what I do know is we cut through everybody when we performed. Not to be on no cocky shit, but it was just like everybody before and after. It was like we cut like a knife through everybody's shit because it was just like we didn't conform to what was going on at the time.
Nah, we did our own shit.
We did our own music. We
literally like the show will probably say hip hop on the flyer, and we'll be the only hip hop motherfuckers on the act.
The real hip hop
like
artists.
Like I don't take it's hard to explain, bro. Because I mean
you'd have been there.
They use a lot of terms, kind of too loose. Yeah, too loose nowadays. You know, so it's kind of like a lot of these guys, you know, like now it's just like a fucking popularity contest.
Oh, for sure.
You know, that's why like if my music takes off, I'd rather that shit take off in Europe. Mm-hmm. Fucking anywhere besides the fucking West Coast, anywhere in the East Coast.
Anywhere is cool with me. It don't gotta be nowhere.
No, I mean, because motherfuckers from your own section won't start fucking with you unless they see out of towners fucking with it first. And that's real shit.
Then they want to play catch up.
Yeah, and then they want to play catch up and act like they always been there, and that's
my day one. We've been homies.
That's the type of shit I try to avoid. So it's like if I do, because like I've supported artists throughout years that never fucking supported me back. So that's kind of like I kind of take it personal now too with the music, you know. So it's like now when I rap, it's like a big like fuck you to them, because it's like how you gonna like. I feel like they were just like leeching for money at the time, as much as they wouldn't like to admit it. They were desperate for fucking money. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to make money off music, you know? But to just to be grimy about it and just fucking, you're satisfied because you got your cut, you know? But you're not looking at the bigger picture of it, you know? Like, you're just being greedy and fucking selfish. And, I mean,
and it always fucks you over in the long run.
It's kind of like a rarity, like, to even want to like kind of like right now, you know how I'm doing this shit, like the interview, like I feel like you you should only let like certain people have access to you, or like, you know, like shit like that. Cause and then you start letting like a lot of motherfuckers in, then you're just like, certain motherfuckers shouldn't even be
They
here.
take advantage, and then it's like, why?
Yeah, but it's
why
that.
even do shit like that?
But it's like for you, it's like I'm kind of like wasting my time, like being right here, like I don't even hang out with like the homies that I fucking like. Some of them I hang out with them because I work with them, but now the only people like I chill with authentically is like the homies that I give money with. And if I'm not chilling with them, then I'm with you fucking making music, or not. I'm out and about trying to make some money on some fucking games. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You can't let everybody have access to you, and I totally understand where you're coming from with that one. I really wanted you on the platform because this is a side of you that I see, but not everyone else is gonna see.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So people might be like, "Oh, that fool Chava, like, man, he's a ghost," or like, you know, he don't even really. But like, when they actually see you in the way that you would if we were really close, like if you were like, you know, whoever, and you were really close, then they would actually see that you're fucking like the way you think, and it's just everything like. I remember before, like when we first met each other, you told me like I feel like we're on the same whatever wavelength, mental, whatever, and I feel that even more now. Like, oh shit, like, you know, linking back, it was just like it's fucking like ride or die, like even more so now, because if you thought I was going stupid before with the music, you have no idea what we got for y'all now. Cause if you thought we came through with some shit with Picasso and Matisse, now
I feel like now it's different. I mean,
way fucking different.
You know, we're working on fucking shouts out to you for the beats, fucking Family Man / Mac. You know, like I'm trying to do some shit like that. You know, I'm trying to do. I mean, Inteligente Mexicano. You know, that's some shit. I'm just to have.
That's hard.
Just have pure Mexican artists that I know personally that are dope and that I feel like people should fucking take a chance and like listen to, you know, because
there's a lot of talent.
I don't want to say I have like a big following, but like when I dropped that music video and I posted it on Instagram and I didn't want to, but shout out to the homie Boo Boo the Prince. He came all the way from San Diego to shoot my first fucking video. And that told me everything I needed to know. Like,
and for people who are unaware, people might think like LA. When they think of Cali, they might think LA, San Diego, Sacramento. It's all in the same. But people don't know fucking San Diego's 2 hours from here, dog.
Of course.
It's not like this next town over. I mean, I don't know if I would have done, but if you know what I mean, like that just goes to show you how much homie wanted to come through
earlier,
for you.
Motherfuckers won't start supporting you till they see other motherfuckers that are not from where you're at and they're fucking supporting you, bro. But for him, you know, I didn't want to do the music video. He was like, "Hey bro, check this out. I'm gonna come down here. I'll shoot your music video. Like, let me know." And me personally, I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to. I mean, I'm not comfortable with putting my face out there and like as far as just being in front of the camera. But I'm getting a little more used to it now, you know. But I was just like, fuck. Like I was kind of like overthinking it when I don't function right when I overthink. But I was just like, fuck it. Like what could be bad about it? You know, like what could be bad about it? So we did it, and then like from how we were recording it felt weird because I was like, I've never done a music video, so like for me, like him recording me, like I felt like it was like not weird, but I'm like, fuck, like how's the music video gonna look? And this was when I was still fucking working at the junkyard, you know. I'm chilling, I'm fucking helping a customer out with their fucking car, and then dude sends me the fucking video, and I get fucking goosebumps fucking watching that shit, you know. Like I'm just like, oh shit, like this motherfucker like made it to something like I would have never thought it was gonna be, like him editing it how he did, you know. Because I mean, that's the homie. Like if he has a show, if I tell him I'm gonna pull up, I'll pull up and I'll show him love, you know. Like because that's just who I am. Like if I fuck
Real
with
homie
you,
shit.
if I fuck with you and I support you, if I tell you I'm gonna pull up, then I'm gonna pull up. You know, like I just don't pull up for anybody. Like, but if a motherfucker talking greasy, you know, and you think we ain't gonna catch him at a show, I'm gonna pull up too. But that's another story, you know. But he came all the way from San Diego, bro. This is why I fucking love the homies from San Diego, bro, because they've been showing me mad love ever since I did that show out there, you know. So then that's where I met Boo Boo is at the show after I performed, you know, opening up for fucking Ito. And,
Lil Ito.
Yeah.
Well,
at the time. Yeah, at the time, yeah.
He dropped a little.
So
he went Lil Herb on us, changed it to Herb.
This was like 2018, and then from there, you know, like we built like a solid connection, and there'll be shows in San Diego. I'll pull up, you know, and I'll see the homies there. It's always love, and then for him to shoot my first fucking music video meant a lot. Like, it told me, like, damn, not even someone from my own fucking city is willing to shoot a fucking music video for me, but someone who I met a couple years back fucking believes in what the fuck I got going on, which I didn't expect or don't expect anyone to, you know, as far as like the music go, cause I feel like everyone's not hip to what the fuck I'm gonna be doing. I feel like everyone, when they hear me rap, they're gonna want me to like how can I explain it? Maybe be like on some Lil Uzi Vert shit, or like you know, they probably think my shit's gonna sound like whatever the fuck's going on now, and then they hear a fucking loop or fucking or like a beat that just sounds like super oldies, and then I'm rapping, and then some of the old heads are liking, and some fools are just like, like it's cool. Like, you could tell when people, like, you tell them listen to your music. I feel like it's mad disrespectful when they're talking to you while they're listening to your shit, you know. So a little word of advice: don't talk while you're listening to someone's fucking song.
You remind me of Soulja Boy.
It's mad disrespectful.
What?
Don't talk to the person that's showing you their song. Don't talk to them while you're listening to the song. You want to show them respect, listen to the fucking song, and don't say anything till afterwards.
Yeah, so the song's over. Hey, dog, who made that? 5 seconds, say, hey, dog, who made this beat?
Yeah, it's mad disrespectful. Like, I'm not, like, it's another main reason.
Did I tell you I made this beat?
It's another main reason why I get ghost, because you feel like a lot of motherfuckers don't even deserve to be around you either. Like,
what?
You just, I mean, I feel like I value myself more than I ever did. So
it just means it just means a lot more, and it's just different for you.
No, of course.
It's not some, hey man, listen to my song. Listen to my song.
I can't be like that. Like,
that's corny.
I mean, no
corny.
disrespect to people that do it to me, but I've never, not even to the homies, I've never sent them a link of my music and tell them repost me. Mm-hmm. If they're gonna,
that's a big thing now.
Yeah, if they're gonna repost me, I mean, I feel like if the homies repost me without me asking them, that it shows me that it's more legit. Then I'm not about to beg you to go repost my shit when I know you don't fuck with it. You're gonna show me you fuck with it when you repost it without me asking you to.
Because it's genuine. What I'm saying? Because it's genuine.
So the music video, I dropped it. I honestly didn't expect a lot, like, you know, like as far as feedback. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect a lot of feedback for it. Because for one, the song was fucking old. It was recorded in 2019, and I barely recorded the music video for it last year. So, and then to people who think that's like my new song, I personally know it's not a new fucking song.
As a whole.
It's just a song that's been in the vault that I dropped to you guys as a music video. Shit ain't even on SoundCloud. It's probably the only song I have on YouTube. Mm-hmm. You know, it's my music video. So that shit dropped, and then it got feedback that I wasn't expecting, you know. So, but for me, it was just more pushing the brand, you know, the West Ledge brand. So if motherfuckers see the West Ledge hat in the video, I want them to be like, yo, where'd you get the hat, or whatever the fuck it may be that I'm representing for the West Ledge shit, you know. As far as the merch, whether it's a shirt, a hat, a pin,
and it's dope because
sweater,
if you bring in the merch out, would be like, it's like when you would see other rappers wear like cookies or shit like that. You know, before like people wouldn't even know who the fuck Burner was.
Oh yeah.
And then they would see, oh, this is the guy that owns that shit. It's like that, you know, what's his name? Boldy James.
Oh, Boldy
right?
James fucks with the West Led shit. Yeah. He
put
worded in the 5 Mississippi video.
And that'll be something that I feel like more rappers that are really genuine with it, that really rock. He didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't.
He did that because he really liked the hat. And it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear this hat. He didn't even probably think of that. It was just like something he was wearing and was like, fuck it, let's do a video or whatever, however it went.
For me, that's like, it goes back to what I said. We didn't ask Boldy to put on the fucking hat for the video. He went and did that shit himself. So that's why I said, when you see it like unexpected, like for me, it was mainly like I was just looking for like certain people to like it, you know, maybe like a couple girls, you know, but you know, but like nothing.
Always gotta get the girls.
Nothing crazy, but I feel like with the music video, like kind of like boosted me back in a way. Mm-hmm. It got people to thinking like I was legitimately making music again. But then I'll just randomly drop some shit on SoundCloud for no reason. And to the people that really do listen to it, like, they know, like, oh shit, this would drop some shit, you know? Like, cause I honestly have like some homies that like, they don't repost my shit, but they're in my DMs telling me like, yo, like this shit is hard, or like they're sitting there listening to it, and then SoundCloud you could see who the fuck's listening to your shit, you know? And I always see it's the same homie bumping the same, like playing my music, and it's not me asking him, it's him listening to it because he fucking likes it, you know? So I try to make music for a certain section of people, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to make it for everybody to like, but if everybody likes it, like, I'm fucking grateful for that, you know? But I'm not here to fucking feed you fucking by the spoon and be like, here, I'm gonna give you what you like, instead of me making some shit that I know I don't like, but you like it, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's not bad to get out of my comfort zone sometimes and make some different shit. I wouldn't mind making something different every now and then, but to switch up my whole shit just for people to be pleased, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because then it would kind of like be a breach of character, because that's not really you. You know how you are. And for the people that are in your fucking DMs, hey man, check out. Well, you never even met me, dog.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know your name.
It's funny because like some of these cats I went to school with, and
why the fuck would I listen to your fucking song?
me personally, I always knew I was different than anyone that ever fucking rapped out of Ike, so, or out here in Rialto or fucking San Bernardino. So when motherfuckers will like tell me they rap, and
I'm rapping now,
you know, like, I mean, shout out to the homie Lamar, rest in peace. He took me to his cousin's studio in LA because he thought I was legit, bro. And I was only a fucking junior in high school. So,
wow.
you know, so like, you know, like he believed in me before I even fucking believed in myself. If I'm being real here, like, he probably, because
he already saw
something that I didn't at the time, you know, and like, he always told me I was dope, like, you know, and then I never like really saw it that way. I just saw it as me like jotting thoughts down, you know, like,
because it's music.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, it's therapy. A lot of people will go to a therapist to talk. I talk into a fucking mic, you know what I'm saying? And I write it down on paper. So it's like, it's my own version of getting away, you know, music, in a way.
Same.
You know, and niggas will go do drugs, and some people will they'll go shoot hoops, fucking
whatever. They'll ride around.
They'll go gamble. They'll go surf. They'll do some shit, you know, that's fucking, that fits them, you know. It's not like fucking, or it just gets them to clear their fucking mind, you know. And that's what music does for me. Like, it clears the mind with like thoughts that shouldn't be held in. You feel me? So
it's expression, right?
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like it's the only way I personally express myself. So I feel like if people really want to know who I am, like, go listen to the fucking music, but pay attention. It don't cost you nothing. You feel me? So, like, if you really want to get to know someone, like, besides you knowing them on the daily type shit, or like going to meet, or if you want to, like, people, like, I go to a show and people want to meet me, and I'm just like, listen to my music, and that's really who the fuck I am. You know, like, I'm not gonna go and talk about something that I haven't experienced or haven't saw or haven't did, or, you know, it's just like, not a lot of us grow up in the, like, in the, how can I say, in the era of being around, like, authentic shit, of, like, when shit was really real. Like, I come from a family that gangbangs and shit like that, and I mean, I don't want to say I despise shit like that, but it's not me, but it's instilled in me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that I get away from. So when I see motherfuckers trying to make music, like, they were really, like, in the projects or some shit like that, I'm just,
and
like,
they never were.
it's fucking mind-boggling. So
Yeah,
it's like, for me, it's just like, damn, like, you know how many of us would like to be in the position you're at instead of fucking having to work hard. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working hard, but, like, I feel like a lot of the people that work hard get overlooked. So
yeah, because people glorify the whole culture, the whole street culture of gang banging and dope dealing or pimping or whatever. But what they don't tell you is that shit comes with, that shit costs. It costs you your friends, your family. It costs you trauma. It costs you a lot. Like, that's what people want. People, like, I feel like a lot of people, they want that, but they don't want what comes with that.
Oh, yeah. Most importantly, though, I mean, whether it's music, a broad, or whatever, if there's one thing I know I can't get back and don't waste it, is my fucking time.
Yeah. You can spend
You feel me?
You
Like,
can spend your time making money, but you can't spend your money making time.
Yeah, exactly. So don't, like, I don't know how to say, like, just don't, like,
Don't fake the funk.
yeah, don't pump fake.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, and maybe I want to be around you more, you know. But
I knew this kid, real nice dude, right? Like, I don't know him or whatever, but this fool had, like, all the new J's, you know, was fresh every day. Real, you know, maybe was a knucklehead or whatever, but, you know, he just seemed like a cool dude. And then, like, a few years later, this fool's big crippin', and every tweet or whatever, because gangbanging in social media is, like, a big thing now or whatever. Or that's how people gangbang now, is
internet
online. Internet gangsters, right? Internet wanksters. So this dude, everything, you know, he don't say no B's. Every B is a C, double C's, and all that. And I'm like, bro, I don't know you. I didn't grow up with you, but just off of, I'm good at reading people. From seeing you,
yeah,
you weren't, you know, big Cadillac crippin', whatever the fuck, you know, no disrespect to anybody, but just name that. But, like, I feel like a lot of these kids are very impressionable and want other people to think, they want people to think they're cool by affiliating themselves with shit that they have no fucking clue where this shit will really, like, really.
No reason to be involved.
No reason. Because what's the motive other than you want people to, this fool's a crib, and liking the shit on Twitter or whatever the fuck.
I think it's just
so stupid, if you ask me.
It's just shit to, it looks like it's for attention, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. Attention is a sickness nowadays. A lot of people.
It's the new currency.
A lot of people crave that shit. Like, some people.
It's like a drug, a real life drug.
Some people could go press record on a fucking camera and record themselves crying. Like,
that's the dumbest shit.
How down bad do you have to be to record yourself
crying
for the whole fucking world to see? Like, you know, like, I don't know.
Would never do
I
that.
like, me personally, I like grinding in silence, and for me, it's more like I'm gonna look better than the last time you saw me.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you see me pop up, it's gonna be better than the last time you saw me. I rather show you my impression in the flesh than fucking be saying some shit on the fucking internet. You know, like I probably tweet a lot, but I tweet a lot of sports shit. You know, like I don't, as far as like motherfuckers talking down on somebody, like I'll let them talk all they want on social media, but they're gonna have no clue I'm pulling up to that show or I'm pulling up to wherever the fuck they're gonna be at. I'm more of a in-person kind of guy. I'm not gonna fucking,
yeah, we're gonna really see how you really feel, you know, after you see me
I'm not,
in person.
I'm not about to go back. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on social media. Like you know what time it is, like when you ain't on that keyboard, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, motherfuckers feel real safe behind that monitor, behind that phone. They doing all that woofing.
I don't know.
So they get their house blown away.
I don't know. You could tell when motherfuckers
ain't really
like
that.
ain't never been like, I don't know, in a real life situation. Like you could tell, like when certain motherfuckers get that reality check, you don't feel bad for them because you feel like they've been needing that shit.
Yeah, they really earn that shit.
You know, so
you order an ass whipping, you're gonna get an ass whipping on the speed dial or whatever, on the Steadfast. Before we get out of here, I like to do this as a message of the day. You know, I like the message of the day. Whatever it be, you know, look out for your family. Look for your family. Look out for you. What's the message of the day? How we feeling?
Shit, message of the day. Fucking be yourself. Don't fucking steal sauce. Cause like I said, everything we say is gonna go back to sauce. You know what I'm saying? So be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Create your own fucking sauce. Be legit. And don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks, most importantly. It took me a while. I don't want to say cared, but I was like, you know, like I wonder what people are going to think of this. But I got to a point where I just didn't give a fuck. And now, like, I'm not giving a fuck in a good way. And I'm getting, you know, like a lot of shit's been coming back to me like tenfold. So, you know, but just fucking be a good person. Don't be a shitty person, man. Just because you feel like you have to be, you know. Believe in fucking good karma and shit will fucking land your way, you know. And fucking don't count the next man's pockets. Fucking just worry about yourself and you'll see your shit pile up. I promise you. When you start worrying about the next man's move, intentions, or whatever the fuck it is, you'll see shit piling up for yourself. And hopefully it's fucking blessings on blessings, you know. And nothing fucking else. Pure fucking nothing but like, you know, I don't know, just fucking positivity, bro. Like, you know, you could be a good person, bro, but at the same time, don't let people walk all over you. I mean, you could be a hood motherfucker with morals. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. This is not that hard.
Fuck yeah. Well, I appreciate you for coming on the podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course.
We're gonna have more episodes coming.
Yes, sir.
You and I, you know what I mean? I just wanted to break the ice. I wanted to get you on the program. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the whole, if you didn't know, the intro to the God's Hour is the voice none other than Chava Styles.
Oh shit, yeah.
On Karma. You know, if you don't know, go, you know, shout out a Weirdo. It's an old song, right? That was on
2017.
What was that on? Was it Hands of Time?
Hands of Time.
Hands of Time, man. That shit's hella old, but you know what I mean?
7 years ago. Crazy.
Crazy how just life.
Fucking crazy.
How it just, like I said, man, you blink and then this shit has been so many years. But like I said, thank you for coming on. We're going to have more episodes. This is the God's Hour.
We out here.
Fuck yeah.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.